Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. If you've watched either the Clone Wars or Rebels, then you're no doubt excited about Ahsoka Tano being introduced into The Mandalorian. However, if you haven't seen either show, or you're new to Star Wars, as I'm sure some of you are, then the hype around Ahsoka Tano may be a bit confusing to you. My goal in this video is to give you a brief, and I mean a brief recap of her life. I just want to cover what you need to know about Ahsoka in order to understand how she fits in The Mandalorian. But if you want to know her story more in depth, check out the Clone Wars or Rebels. In fact, Disney Plus currently has a playlist that consists of the 20 essential Clone Wars episodes, although I would also add the last 4 episodes of Season 7. These last 4 episodes are key to understanding what is happening in The Mandalorian. With that, let's jump into today's video. Ahsoka Tano was a Togruta female who was found by Jedi Master Plo Koon when she was very young. She demonstrated great potential in the Force and was taken back to the Jedi Temple for training as was custom. Eventually, she became the Padawan of Anakin Skywalker. Yoda orchestrated this in hopes of teaching Skywalker a valuable lesson about letting go of attachments to those he loved. The hope was that as Skywalker developed as a teacher, he would develop emotionally as well. Though their relationship would begin with hesitation, the two formed a strong master and apprentice bond over the course of the Clone War. During the Clone Wars, Ahsoka was given the rank of Commander in the Grand Army of the Republic. Though she would eventually become a respected Jedi Commander, her first few missions were actually catastrophic. In the first mission she was given command over, she failed to retreat when instructed to. This resulted in the loss of her clone squad. However, over the course of the Clone Wars, she grew in experience on and off the front lines of the Galactic War. Her experiences included everything from helping Jedi younglings build their lightsabers to rescuing her own Togruta people from slavers. Serving closely with her master Anakin as well as Obi-Wan Kenobi resulted in the young Jedi adopting some of the best qualities of both Skywalker and Kenobi. Near the end of the Clone Wars, a bombing at the Jedi Temple was orchestrated by Ahsoka's friend and fellow Padawan Barriss Offee. Ahsoka was framed for the bombing, which resulted in her expulsion from the Jedi Order. But before her Republic trial could result in a conviction, Anakin Skywalker brought Barriss Offee in to confess her role in the bombing. Even though the Jedi pardoned her and invited her back to the Jedi Order, Ahsoka declined the invitation and began a new path. Having her faith greatly shaken in the Jedi Order, Ahsoka spent some time traveling the lower levels of Coruscant where she met the Martez sisters. Her time with them revealed to her that there were many ordinary citizens who had also lost faith in the Jedi. They felt the Jedi were distracted with the war and no longer helped people in need. An opportunity to help people would soon come for Ahsoka, as she was approached by the Mandalorian loyalist Bo-Katan Kryze. Check out my video on Bo-Katan if you need a refresher on her story. But Mandalore had been taken over by the former Sith Maul. So Bo-Katan requested Ahsoka's help as the two had crossed paths earlier in the Clone Wars. Ahsoka and Bo-Katan made contact with Anakin and Obi-Wan. However, the two Jedi were unable to help after receiving an emergency transmission that Coruscant was under attack. The Jedi prioritized the Chancellor over the people of Mandalore, furthering Ahsoka's disappointment in the Jedi Order. But before rushing off to aid the Chancellor, Anakin split the 501st Clone Legion and sent half of them with Ahsoka to aid in the liberation of Mandalore. But because Ahsoka was no longer a Jedi, she could not officially lead her branch of the 501st. So Captain Rex, who had been a friend and a mentor to Ahsoka, was promoted to commander and went to Mandalore with Ahsoka. Ahsoka, Rex, Bo-Katan, and the rest of their troops were able to swiftly retake Mandalore and drive Maul's forces into the underground tunnels. Soon after, a final confrontation between Maul and Ahsoka took place in the Mandalorian throne room while their troops battled outside. Eventually, Ahsoka succeeded in capturing Maul, but while en route to Coruscant, Order 66 was enacted. And thanks to Rex's slight hesitation in obeying the order, Ahsoka was able to escape the initial attack. She then freed Maul in hopes that he would create a distraction for her. And thanks to Maul's vicious distraction, Ahsoka was able to subdue Rex and remove his inhibitor chip. The two were able to escape the crashing Republic cruiser. After burying her lightsabers, Ahsoka and Rex parted ways and went into hiding. Ahsoka spent some time on the planet of Thebeska and the agricultural moon Rada under the name of Ashla. While on Rada, an uprising against the Empire took place in response to some Imperial farming restrictions. Despite being led by the former Jedi Ahsoka, this uprising was unable to match the might of the Empire, and Ahsoka was forced to use her Force powers to save the farmers. This revealed her Jedi identity to the Empire, but also to Senator Bail Organa, who was a friend of the Jedi. He recruited Ahsoka to head up the intelligence network of his budding Rebel Alliance. Ahsoka operated under the codename Fulcrum. Her role as Fulcrum led her to join up with the crew from The Ghost, which included Kanan Jarrus, Ezra Bridger, and Sabine Wren. Working with these rebels also reunited her with Rex. Ahsoka took a particular interest in the crew of The Ghost because one of its members was the Jedi Kanan Jarrus, who had taken an apprentice of his own, Ezra Bridger. Ahsoka's work with the crew resulted in a run-in with Darth Vader, who until this moment Ahsoka thought had murdered her old master. Soon after, the three Force users traveled to a Jedi temple on Lothal in order to seek guidance in their fight against the Empire. They were told that they must go to the ruined world of Malachor. This led to another confrontation with Darth Vader. Ahsoka began the duel seeking revenge for her fallen master. But after striking a blow to Vader's helmet, she could no longer deny that Darth Vader was once Anakin Skywalker. She then shifted from seeking revenge to buying time for Kanan and Ezra to escape. Bridger and Jarrus were able to escape, but Ezra blamed himself, believing that Ahsoka was killed by Vader in the duel. 2 years later, in one of the more interesting Star Wars moments, Ezra entered the World Between Worlds, a place that existed outside space and time. Honestly, a full explanation of the World Between Worlds probably warrants a video of its own. But in essence, Ezra reaches back in time to pull Ahsoka through a portal before Vader is able to deal a killing blow. Ezra and Ahsoka were then tricked by Darth Sidious and attempted to evade the Emperor's attacks. This resulted in the two being separated, and they each made their way through a different portal. Ahsoka's portal returned her to Malachor moments before the duel with Vader. After this journey, Ahsoka returned to Lothal 5 years after the rebels liberated Lothal, and Ezra Bridger went missing. Ahsoka mysteriously arrived to meet with and aid Sabine Wren in her quest to bring Ezra home. And that's the last time we saw Ahsoka in the timeline. If Ahsoka Tano is a new character to you, I hope this helped you understand where she fits in the Star Wars story. If you've been a fan of her for a while, then I hope this was a helpful refresher for you. As always, I hope you have a great day, and may the Force be with you.